Well, I did it. I finally cried. Not liking the looks of these clouds and... oh God. Ah! Ah! Good morning. You're hiking with Jenny on the Appalachian Trail. It's day 3. Just got dropped off at Neel Gap and said my goodbyes to Brian for the last time for 4 weeks. And it was tough. I think it's definitely been the longest we've been apart since we've been together. And we spend like so much time together. It's really hard to kind of just leave that. But so far I'm not regretting doing it the way that I did, where we spent the first couple days together while I was on trail as a sort of way that I could transition to trail life from life with Brian. I'm glad that we had that time together and that I'm not just starting at the beginning. I've gotten a sense of the trail and I know that I like it, rather than just leaving me in some unfamiliar place. Trail is more familiar to me now, and so far really hasn't been too difficult for me. But last night was hard. Really hit me when we were playing Scrabble together and I realized that was the last time we were gonna do that in person for a while. And then finally just saying goodbye this morning was tough. I know we're gonna talk every day, and I'll see him in 4 weeks, so it'll be okay. I've got my full pack today and I feel it. In addition to what you saw when I weighed my pack at the visitor center, my pack weighed 23.4 pounds. Well, that was without the camp shoes, because I hadn't decided if I was bringing them yet, and without the alcohol because I hadn't bought it yet. So in addition to that, I would say, whoops, those two things combined would add, I'd say, 22 ounces. And then I'm carrying a lot of our leftover food, which there's a lot of water weight in it. So like a couple hard-boiled eggs, like some steak, scrambled eggs. I have a leftover beer. So much. I'm definitely going to be taking a lot of breaks today and eating some of that to lighten my load, and also because the pack weight is going to take a harder toll on my body. And today, hopefully, we had to get up and over Blood Mountain, and I'm hoping that I can make it to Neel Gap today. If I do make it to Neel Gap, it'll be a 10.8 mile day, which is about the same as I've been doing, but in the same amount of elevation gain as well. But I have a much heavier pack today, so that is going to slow me down. So that's why I'm saying I might not make it all that way, but stick around and find out. My body feels good today. Knees been good, hips have been good. Shoulder's a little sore, but it's because it's just tight from carrying something on it. Other than that, can't really complain. Just living the dream. Windy and cloudy today. This trail kind of reminds me of hiking the New England Trail in Massachusetts. It's just kind of like rocky, but it's not anything that's too steep or challenging. Temperature today is a balmy 58 degrees. It's like perfect hiking weather. I don't even care that it's overcast. It's not raining and the air feels good. I'm gonna try and adhere to taking a sit-down break about once every hour. So I decided to sit by this nice little stream here and eat some of my food, try and lighten my pack weight, and also just kind of feels nice to sit down and have that weight off of my shoulders right now. We had a bunch of leftover eggs, so we hard boiled them and we each took 2, so this is my first snack I'm having today. Yeah, they came out good. It's cooked. I'm gonna add some carbs to that. Can you tell I'm really making it a point and try to eat? Because I don't really feel like eating, but I know it's important. With everything I just ate and drank, probably about a half a pound lighter on the pack weight. Every little bit helps. Brian said he had a good time in Georgia. We had a really cute little tiny house cabin, and it was so perfect. It was just everything that you needed. We both really enjoyed that. And he got to kind of like do his own thing while I was on trail. Like, he got to go back into Dahlonega, which, sorry, I butchered that name in my last video, but we finally found out how to pronounce it. He got to go there and go to the Gold Rush Museum, and he went antiquing, got coffee, so he got to do lots of fun things while I was hiking yesterday, and I'm really glad that he had a good time. And he got to hike some of the first day with me on day 1, so he got a good taste for the AT. And next time I see him, I'll be in Tennessee, so he'll get to see a whole different area, and I'm sure that'll be fun too. Taking my second break of the day. Got this nice view to enjoy while I eat some leftover scrambled eggs and steak and peppers and onions from breakfast today. One thing I forgot about is I pretty much have to make it to Neel Gap today because I can't camp between Gerard Gap and Neel's Gap because I don't have a bear container. So there's a restriction in that section. So, but Neel's Gap is only like 6.5 miles away, so I can make it. It's only 12 right now, so I'm gonna do it. I have to get up and over Blood Mountain first, but I'm sure that's nothing more than I can handle. Hopefully not famous last words. This is Gerard Gap. We're gonna start climbing up Blood Mountain. Got about 1,100 feet of elevation gain in 2.8 miles. So that's not too bad. I've done worse. Boy, I tell you, carrying this pack uphill, it's pretty tiring. I'm stopped for another snack break. This time I'm trying out these Bobo's PB&J. I got this because I think they're gluten-free. I'm gonna try it out, see how I like it. Tastes like a PB&J. That's really good. I might need to buy more of these. did not have time to put on my rain gear, so I grabbed my umbrella. But I'm getting soaked. Oh God. It's like the lightning and thunder knew I was coming. I swear I am a magnet. I gotta still be close to a couple miles to Blood Mountain Shelter. So there is no drying out and waiting for this to end. Mother Nature decided that this was too easy of a mountain for me. So she thought she'd be cute and funny and add a little rain to the mix. To the top of Blood Mountain. As you can see, no view. This is Blood Mountain. Oh, hello! Oh, no problem. This is Blood Mountain Shelter. I think it's the oldest shelter still standing. You can't really camp here anymore. It is chilly. Oh. I just left the Blood Mountain Shelter, and ooh, yeah, that is not a place you want to stay the night. There was rain coming in the windows, very cold and damp in there. I just waited in there for like an hour for the rain to die down, had a snack, and there was another woman in there doing the same thing, and she said she reserved a cabin tonight and that I could stay with her, so I thought that was really nice. So I think I'm gonna take her up on that. I gave her my phone number, so she's gonna text me when she gets down there and find out what cabin it is and everything. But yeah, I was originally gonna camp tonight, and after like completely soaking through my clothes, getting warm and getting dry indoors sounds like a good idea. Still coming down Blood Mountain. Lots of wet rocks, lots of descending. Cold and windy right now. I just went inside the shop at Neel Gap. I got a few things. Right now I'm on the way to Blood Mountain Cabins. And there's a little side trail that goes off the road. Not too far away from Neel Gap. Made it into the cabin. I'll see if I can show you around a little bit. It's a little dark in here. But here's a bedroom. We got a loft with another bed up there, and a little living room area with a TV. That's incredible. And dining room, bathroom, kitchen. It looks like a little deck out there. Really incredible deal. I think it was like $80-something. So between the two of us, it was like $40-something each. Super cheap. This is so nice. It's so nice to be out of the wind and rain.